Healing through stories. The lockdown story. We join hands, we make up minds. One connects another as stories brew in all kinds. We write, we gather courage, and we share it with you all. Won't you join us, kind stranger, as towards our dreams we crawl?
Hello, kind stranger. How have you been? Thanks for joining us today. Today, I will tell you a story of a boy about how he went through an eye opening journey to understand love and went down multiple roads only to meet dead ends. And finally, how his efforts illuminated a road that was hidden right there in the plain sight. All of this just by that one question that a character arose in his mind. Characters. How many of you read books, novels, or watch movies, or now the trendy web series? I believe each of you does, and still continue to do so. Has some character seemingly been relative to you? Made you wonder how closely you have similar mindsets? And the script, it just blew your mind due to the strikingly similar persona that those characters delivered? Oh, yes. Don't the images of these characters that are floating in your head right now look so beautiful? As a matter of fact, they are. They are. Not because of their resemblances, but because you cared. You cared to notice them, to peek into their intricate details, because you involved yourselves into their stories, connected your lives with theirs. That is what makes them beautiful. Like most of my pals, the lockdown was a dream come true for me. The mere thoughts on how I would be spending my freedom in the next few days was bubbling euphoria in my heart. Mm, I certainly remember that first morning of lockdown. It felt as if I was in the fairyland, as if I was asleep on a bed of tender sprouts that arose as I woke up, delicately shifting beneath me as I felt more and more comfortable, and lay there, unknown and undisturbed by anything that existed beyond my world of smartphone. हाँ हाँ, lazy भी बोल सकते हो. I continued this schedule on loop for a full week. Ah, what a life that was! Free from any work, away from all deadlines. Wow, nostalgia seems to be creeping in as I'm yearning for those cozy bed days once again. But what I actually called the perfect version of life was adjudged a disgrace in my mother's viewpoint. She told me it was a sloth's life that I was adapting to. However, the happy me in my comfort zone continued with the same vigor, ignoring all those cues that I should have taken. Until fine, my lousy life came to an abrupt stop. My mother, after numerous taunts, gave me a stern warning to change my habits soon and quit being a sloth for the entire lockdown. I felt amused, and my confident state even went on to announce that it wasn't the case with me and that I wasn't as lazy as a sloth to just lay down for 18 hours each day. Now, my mom wasn't gonna give in so easy and asked me to have an estimation about how long did I exactly just lay down for. And hence, after a few counter arguments, as we finally agreed upon a schedule that I survived upon, my cheeks went red. I was actually living a sloth's life. Hence said, I knew I needed to make up this to her, and this was only possible by some productive work. So the easiest way I knew was to check on what my friends were up to. I undertook just enough things to make an excuse for if my mom ever came up again, and saw me do nothing. After all, isn't something better than nothing? But till when could I have saved myself from the X by hiding behind a tree? So, after a good round of scolding, I decided to use the student's ultimate weapon into the picture studies. Scratching all the previous activities, I engaged myself with some courses on the Coursera app. Now, no one would blame a saint like child who studies even in the vacation period, I thought as I logged in on my account. This isn't a vacation, my mother shouted, frustrated, from the adjacent room. I was horrified. What kind of hocus pocus this was? I had just been put down for my thoughts that I hadn't even whispered about to a soul. As I sat there clueless, my mum walked in on me, and I still sat there trying to absorb what had just taken place. What are you doing? My mum inquired, anger glistening in her voice. I calmly carried my agenda, as planned. Do not disturb me, Mama. I'm studying. Please let me. When will you be bathing? Another shock. But I knew, for success in anything, calm nose, hold the key. I again held my point. Mama, I'm just so deep into this right now that I wouldn't want to scatter my focus now. So, I will take a bath. But later, I felt so great after putting my point. I almost felt a hand touch my hair when boom, reality went into my ears. From tomorrow onwards, I want your daily chores done on time, and then you may study, she said in a commanding tone. The image of mom's hand ruffling my hair with pride and love fell apart. I, with a broken heart, asked her the reason for sounding so dictatorial, given my sincere efforts at studying. You are studying, which is good, but that's not enough. You need to learn to follow through your day like a human. Having a neatly scheduled life or basic chores accomplished on time are all very important aspects of living. I heard impatiently as my nerves tightened. It will never be enough for you, I shouted at her and stormed off the room. The next day, it was Mother's Day, and I, being a complete fool, didn't utter a single word with her. But soon I realized how silly I was, and so, as it was bedtime for her, I approached my mother and apologized for being so foolish and rude. In fact, I even promised to be on my best life schedule, just as she wanted from right there. I had finally decided to start agreeing upon with her. The next day, I awoke at 6:30, done with my basic chores by 9:30, and sat in front of my laptop, working through my Coursera app. That day still infuses the serenity I felt by the scheduled way of being. My days were passing with a positive attitude, but one day, out of the blue, my mom complained. How erratic you are with your breakfast. You should be done by 7:30. Look at the Tapan family next door. They are always so done before us. I was dumbstruck. How could she? After all my hard work at staying up to her mark, she was actually complaining about me. But this time, I kept my mouth glued. After all, it only led me to feel miserable after any argument with her. The dialogue, it's never enough for you, screamed to be let out, but I suppressed it deep within. It's been a couple of months now to the lockdown, but oh my lovely mother, she still pinpoints a dozen defects I carry around with me. No, it's not just limited to mornings, but my entire schedule that she finds faults at. Though we still do have disagreements now and then, But I can say one thing with surety. The lockdown did turn the once devil me to a saint. This one day, as I was watching the Oscar nominated movie Lady Bird, a scene arrived where Sarah Jones asks the protagonist a question. Aren't they the same? Love and attention? Intrigued by it, at first thought I was in utter confusion, but as the images progressed, the scene seemed to make some sense. Lady Bird, the character who was criticized by her mother, Marian, over almost everything that she did in her life, was just like me, angry, devastated, and at times confused. Why would a mother do so with her child? But little did both realize, Marian, just like my own mother, paid a lot of attention to the intricate details of our life. That was how both the mothers, the character in the movie, and my own mama expressed their love towards their offsprings. Those little bits of disagreements were never meant to hurt, but to teach love. Love ourselves. I put my laptop aside and introspected all the decisions as far as I could go. I looked up to my mother's life. How scheduled it was. Not a single holiday. Yet she handles her sanity so well and also keeps each of us looked after with such integrity. Realizing this was a turning point in my life. When someone confronts us by questions, where are you going now? Is this the time you wake up? What time will you return? And of course, the one we all must have heard as soon as the lockdown started, and so did our erratic sleep cycles. Oh, so you will go to sleep now, isn't it? All these are to shape us into a better human. So what? Does this all stop when we turn into our perfect selves? Can I guarantee that? Perfect. Perfect is an overrated word. Even when I would become what I feel is my best, I can assure you, the positive criticism from my mom shall never stop. And it's needed. Someone who keeps pushing you to not just lay steady, but continuously strive and keep moving in the currents of the river called life. Without attention, you cannot care, and where care exists, there's bound to be love. These are some inseparable links that form a chain that needs consistency to stay connected. Today, I ask each of you to notice around you. Is there someone who irritates you by continuous reviewing for anything and everything? Always asks you, nah nah, rather pushes you to change for better or regret it forever. Someone who keeps philosophizing life to you that you find it so boring and simply ignore their efforts. This is the day you thank them, not just for now, but all those times that they have looked for you behind your backs. Watch movies with them, read books, share experiences, happy or sad, feeling low or excited. Just go and put your heart beside theirs. Concluding my story, I would like to strongly urge you to spend time with such beautiful souls that surround you because they too deserve beautiful you in return. Before you go, please let us know in the comments section what kind of stories would you like to hear on our platform. Also, if you like our content, subscribe or follow us to get updates on the upcoming episodes. Karoge na? In the next episode, we will tell you a story about how a tiny cupboard can hold some of the deepest sentiments that you would cherish the rest of your lives. It would especially engulf those who have had that priceless experience of sharing lives with complete strangers and spending some of the beautiful years with them. To be continued. you next time. Also, we would like to inform you that this Friday brings to you the very first episode in regional language section, Hindi. Till then, Tada, see you and take care.
Dividing us mercilessly, creeping in steadily. Corona is here, Corona is there. Beware, because it seems to be everywhere. We can't go out. We may be stuck in a rut. We may feel trapped and we may be shut. But like sunshine that seeps through the cracks in concrete, our voices will find a way. Our voices will find a way. The Lockdown Story.